Live from New York, it's Ask an Engineer.
Hey everybody, welcome to Ask Engineer. It's me, Lady Ada, asking engineering. With me is Phil.
That's right.
Camera control. We've got an exciting show, some exciting news, and about 1 bazillion new products.
That's right. Tonight's a big night of new products because last week we had SparkFun and the Open Source Hardware Association on the show, and we devoted the entire show to talking about all sorts of topics from running an open source hardware business to what a license is to what it's like to get a building. We had SparkFun on, and so it was really cool. So we postponed the last bit of new products. So tonight is going to be a giant bonanza of products. So that being
double
said,
trouble.
Let's tell everybody what's on the show. The code is WEDFEB.
WEDFEB?
Yeah, and the reason is because we're going to be moving the show to Wednesdays in February. So this is a good way to remember. WEDFEB.
Who's going to do the show on Wednesdays when we do the show on Saturdays?
Well, we'll talk about that soon.
Wait, what?
Yeah. We'll talk about what we're giving away free for all orders right now over $99 and over $200.
Ooh, UPS truck.
We're going to talk about the show and tell that just happened. It was amazing and awesome. Pack of the Mailbag's going to stop by. Talk a little bit about open source hardware. Talk a little bit about Arduino. We got some wearables, all the news that's fit to wear. We got some Pi Day stuff. Got an awesome tutorial from the Adafruit learning system.
Oh, glorious.
New products. We've got them. There are tons of them.
There's only 500.
We might have a little top secret thing. We're going to answer your questions. Kind of a trivia question. All that and more on Ask an Engineer. Okay, Lady Ada. I've got to pay some bills.
What bills? Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's estimated taxes time.
Yeah.
We got a big bill.
Yeah, we just did taxes.
We just did taxes.
Okay. So let's pay some bills. 10% off everything in the Adafruit store up until 11:59 p.m. tonight. And we have a lot of stuff in store. The code is WEDFEB. And the reason is...
WEDFEB.
The reason
Sounds
is,
like some weird like magical spell in Final Fantasy VIII or something.
It is.
I cast WEDFEB.
It is.
Okay, well, no, what is it?
It's because we're moving the show to Wednesdays. In February. So we're going to do show and tell on 7:30.
Okay.
And then we're going to do Ask an Engineer from 8 to 9.
Okay, well, what am I going to do on Saturdays?
For the first time in 4 years, you're going to have Saturday nights off.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to some sort of like event type thing that occurs on Saturdays.
Yeah, there's been so many concerts and things and music and things that we wanted to see, but we just did Saturday nights, and a lot of people are on the they're on a different schedule, and they always say, "Oh, if you just have it on Wednesday night, we just have it Wednesday."
Another thing is like people in like we have a lot of people coming in from England and Europe.
Yeah.
And they can't do it because it's like 4 in the morning.
K-Town
is like always stays up, and also I think 7:30 was it? You said
7:30 for show and tell.
Show and tell, and then 8 to 9. Great, so you can go home and watch from home.
And here's the other thing: is we're gonna try this out. We'll see how it goes. And the cool thing is, because we use YouTube Live now, everything's recorded. You can watch Ask an Engineer anytime you want.
You can still watch it on Saturday; it just won't be live.
Yeah.
But it'll still be us. Basically.
Okay, so that's what it is. For the folks who are wondering about the music that came in, the music...
Yeah, that was rocking.
Yeah, the music is from our new game, Moe's Resistance, and it was created... The music was created by John Bacon and Thomas White and Colin, and do check it out. It's
on a modular.
Yeah,
it's all analog, guys.
Yeah, do check it out. It's in the App Store, and it's doing great. People are really enjoying playing Moe's Resistance.
I actually like playing it, too.
Yeah.
Can you beat my score?
Next up.
We'll have a tournament.
Don't forget we take Bitcoins.
That's right.
So Bitcoins went up a lot, and we take them.
You have cryptocurrency, we take them.
Yeah, and speaking of 2600, I think this is the logo I designed when I was working with 2600. It's still there.
It's got that 90s look. I like that green circuit in the background. And
yeah, I think I was just learning
gradient
the
thing.
tool and stuff. Okay, so
did you make this with GIMP?
No, I think I made it with Photoshop. So
GIMP doesn't really work
either. So 2600 is taking Bitcoin as well as through the same provider we do, BitPay, for HopeX.
That's right.
Hope 10.
Hope 10, which is what, this July?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay. That's a while from now. But here in New York, you should go to it.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's been 20 years, huh?
It's been going on for a while.
Wow. I remember. I didn't go to the first Hope, but I went to the second one.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was 2 years for the first one.
We'll see some of you there. Okay. So we added the free stuff back to the store. We do this so you can earn free things as you shop. So Right now, if you spend $99 or more, you get a free PCB ruler. People really like these. And $200 or more, you get free UPS ground in the continental U.S. Only. And so that's our current deal right now. We change these deals all the time. You can always go to adafruit.com/free and see what's going on. So, that being said, we just had an awesome show and tell, full house. Lady Ada, quickly go over what was on the show and tell.
Okay, I'll go this quickly. John came by and he's been making some really awesome electronics part boxes with some catalogs that he overlays, and he showed us this really cool variable inductor, which has a name I don't know, and you move a core inside of this huge coil. I guess it's for tuning antennas or some radio thing. Lewis came by and he's been working on his Raspberry Pi garage door opener, and he showed off the live demo. He had a webcam pointed at the garage door. He had the WebIO Pi, and he toggled a pin and the garage door opened, so that's awesome. Robert came by with a totally hardcore 4G robot. It's an RC car with a router, hacked router, or some sort of Linux thing. He uses a 4G device from Verizon that he says it's like $500, but they give you a static IP, so you can use it. And he was doing full video over the cell network. And this little guy, because it's cellular, and he overlaid it with Google Maps. He could drive around for an hour in his neighborhood. And you should check it out. And nobody picked it up and stole it, which was really surprising to me. But that's because he doesn't live in New York. Richard made a pine wood derby car for, was it Cub Scouts? What did he say it was for?
I forgot what it was for, but I think it was for a group event with kids.
Yeah, it was a group event. I think it was either Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But they made a pine wood derby car, and he made a really cool one that was a Ghostbusters car, and he put an Arduino chip inside of it and had some LEDs, and it was bleepy, and it was white with the Ghostbusters logo, and it looked really cool. He didn't win the race, but he did win the party. David came by with a really cool infinity clock. It's a circular LED clock, and he used our Neopixel LED strip, the 60 LED strips. So you get 1 meter of it, and that's 60 LEDs, and it's 60 minutes an hour. Coincidence or on purpose? I don't know, but he made a clock out of it, and it's neat, and it's glows from the side, and it has a sensor and stuff. Tom is working on improving the Solder Buddy Instructable. So it's a little soldering extruder. So when you solder, you don't have to yank on the roll, which nobody likes doing. Everyone hates doing that. So instead, you have a little motor that pushes the solder out. So you just press a button on the solder holder, this little thing that holds the solder, and it will advance through a little extruder. Very cool, very handy. You don't get one of those. And then finally, Rick Winscott came by. He loves building robots. His wife is a music teacher, so she made. She wanted to give a present to each one of her students, and so he designed a version of the Dradio, which was totally ingenious because it used the inductance of the speaker to make a 1-transistor oscillator, which is really, really smart. I'm actually a little jealous. I wish I had thought of that, because I used a 551, which is the 1-volt version of the 555, which was what the original Dradio used.
Yeah.
But this 1-transistor inductor thing, sorry, dude, you totally kicked my butt there. I didn't think of that. Yeah. Force Mims would be proud.
Yeah, I'm staring at Horitz and Hill over there.
Yeah, Horitz and Hill are just you didn't read chapter 3 all about transistor oscillators.
Okay, so all participants on the show and tell get as seen on the show and tell sticker. There's a lot of people collecting these stickers.
Rick gets 2.
Yeah, and he also
one for the Dradio and one for the inductive
thing. He also makes really nice learning guides.
Yeah, his guides are excellent. Check out his little robot guides, including Mustache Bot.
Yeah. All right, Lady Ada, how do people get on the show and tell?
Getting on the show and tell is super fun and easy. Go to our Google Plus page at plus.google.com/+Adafruit and find the post where we say comment here to get added to our circle, and we'll add the entire circle every single week when it's show and tell time, which currently is 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on Saturdays, but we'll be moving in February to Wednesdays at 7:30.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Who's a little Colbert? Did Colbert do that? Who does that?
I think David Letterman crumples it up and throws it.
Yeah.
No, he does pencils. He throws pencils. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I
know some late night guys. They do that.
Yeah, we have a camera that it's not expensive, but it also wasn't cheap.
I want to put a filter on it.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be sad if you broke it with a.
Do not want to do that.
Paper.
Okay, Packet the mailbag.
Okay.
Packet gives us.
Made out of paper. You wouldn't take Packet and fold him into a paper airplane, would you?
No.
Yeah. See, he has respect.
All right. This is from Germany. Hello, I ordered an e-paper display kit and it arrived in Germany yesterday. 9 days. Great.
Why is he like French though? Maybe there's a weird French-German thing going on here.
Here's the thing. Because we're in New York, our postal is the postal depot is like a block away. So we ship extremely fast, and then it goes into the mail system. This is the last stop, anyways. So some people in international orders, they'll
get in like 2 or 3 days.
They can get in 2 or 3 days. Now the post office is kind of slow sometimes, and it's outside of our control. But when it works out, it's really fast, and it's a nice low-cost option. We prefer the UPS.
And we always charge exactly what we are charged. You can always check our rates against the if you go to the USPS.gov site, you can check. We charge the exact rate.
Yeah,
that
always done that.
We get billed. So
okay. Next up, we have a preview page of the new coloring book coming out from Adafruit soon. It's called R is for robots, and we go through the A through Z of robotics. I'm still struggling with X and I think Y and Z. But we're almost done with all of them.
Yeah, with E is for electronics, we did Z is for Xeno, that's easy. Y is for Yagi, and X is for X-rays.
Yeah, so...
But X-rays are used to evaluate BGA reflow. Yeah. So that is a common thing that they X-ray it.
So this preview page we posted up, I is for iRobot, and this is Helen, the co-founder of iRobot, and she's now doing CipherWorks or something. It's a cool, secret company that's doing little UAVs.
Okay.
So anyways, Helen is an awesome hero for everyone. She founded a really cool company. People know iRobot from their Roombas and their bomb diffusing bots. And
the pack bot.
Yeah.
There's a pack bot there.
In the back, the bot in the back, when they became a public company, it was the first robot to ring the bell on NASDAQ.
Was it NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange? New York Stock Exchange.
Maybe New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a bell.
NASDAQ is all written about this.
NASDAQ is already all robots. Yeah. There's no humans there.
All
it's
robots
creepy.
Okay. Next up, some news in the world of open source hardware. All right. So, our favorite open source hardware project, the Arduino. We have some cool stuff.
Oh.
So every single Monday we have a new feature. We're doing this with Arduino. It's called Micro Mondays.
Micro Monday.
Micro Mondays. And so the first project.
Tune in, get small.
Yeah. The first project, this is a really cool micro project. So this is powered by an Arduino Micro. Isn't this cool? This is a costume.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
And you can see
okay, so there's a micro.
Stuff. Yeah.
There's our VS1053 MP3 player, and then it looks like some sort of sensor type thing.
Yeah.
What is that? There's some breakout.
It's one of our sensors, yeah.
Unfortunately, all my breakouts look the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell it's designed by K-Town because he's got a style, but they're all like blue and rectangular.
Yeah.
But that's a nice. What is this? What is this from some game which I've never played? But clearly it's a game. What game is this? I don't even know.
Maybe it's Halo. I
don't know. You know, I haven't played any of the Halos.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I never played those. I gotta finish BioShock Infinite and then go play Halo.
Okay. So also, just because Google bought Nest doesn't mean you can't still make your own. So this is not a micro. This is just an Arduino because we're talking about Arduino. This is a thermostat that uses CC3000 and an Arduino.
And you can see that there's a little humidity, that blue thing that's a humidity temperature sensor. What I like about this is the use of a servo to hack their existing, because we have the same Honeywell thermostat at home.
I like this project. This is really cool. That's $1 billion. Okay, next up in the world...
Just put like an OLED on it.
Yeah, next up in the world of open source hardware, just to jump around, Bunny is speaking at this big event, EE Live.
Where is this thing?
It's in California. All the details are on the site, and Bunny is going to be doing a keynote speech.
Yeah.
Bunny making the news right now for this open source hardware laptop.
Sweet.
That he's working on.
Yeah, he's been working on this. We saw a preview of this when he visited. He also showed us this conductive tape, which we'll be talking about shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were chatting with him because we were researching capacitive touch screens and LVDS screens at the same time, and so we chatted and we couldn't find a solution. So hopefully next version maybe we'll come up with a cap touch display that he can use.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Bunny is he's doing all these interviews, and there's always debate about what open source hardware is, and he broke it down. I'm just going to paraphrase. He's like, look, everything I control over, I open source. Of course, there's going to be times when they can't. You have a chip.
Well, he's got like an FPGA in there, right? And the firmware that he runs on the FPGA is open source, but there's still binary code in the FPGA that does like the bootloading and like management that he can't release. He doesn't own Xilinx. I mean, one day he will, but he doesn't right now.
Bunny, the new CEO's in. He's going to release everything.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay. Next up. I'm moving right along here later.
Okay, yeah, let's move along.
Yeah, so I'm skipping ahead to Wearable Wednesday because we have a ton of new products coming up soon.
Okay.
So Wearable Wednesday, every Wednesday we have Wearable Electronics with Becky Stern. That's our show that we do at 2 p.m. And we have all the best things that you can possibly imagine, or maybe it's your own project that is in the world of wearables that we celebrate, showcase,
Put it on your body.
post on their blog. And
Wear
so here is one of the projects that we had on the show this week. This is a really cool, flexible, 3D printed accelerometer light up thing so when you jog, people see you. And one of the things I like about this project is that it uses this really cool filament, this flexible filament with 3D printers. And
Called Ninja Flex.
Ninja Flex. And one of the things that we did here was we made these really cool flexible diffusers. So they're squishy.
Yeah, they're soft diffusers.
Yeah, and you can put them in clothing. So it's really, really neat. And
yeah, I think this filament's a little expensive, but it's really interesting stuff. I didn't know that you could do flexible filament. It's actually quite. I mean, it's solid but flexible, so you can do. I mean, it has form. It doesn't flop that much.
Yeah.
But you can like wrap it around and stuff.
So this is
Good
a really
for wearables.
this is a really cool project, and we have the files on Thingiverse. And one of the things that Bruce Sterling does his yearly State of the World thing. And he said, oh yeah, 3D printing is going crazy, but I think there might be something interesting with wearables in 3D printing. And I think we didn't get together and plan this, but I think that's where things are heading.
Yeah.
We're finding that the really interesting things in 3D printing right now are things where you print something and you put electronics in it, and then maybe you wear it because it's all custom, it's all for you, and you're designing and you're doing things. And the electronics, it's pretty hard to get like injection molding enclosures for everything. So this flexible material is really nice. If you use LEDs, it diffuses it and it looks really beautiful. So useful stuff, and that it's a watch that you can wear. That project. Next up in the world of wearables, Amy, who is our costuming and cosplay blogger, posted up this cool costume. This is someone who dressed up as an Arduino.
Arduino can.
Yeah.
Very cute.
And
I
then,
like the little side chip thing.
Yeah. No, the side chip's nice. And then we also have a really great interview with one of the, I would say, best known cosplayers. This is Kimmy of the Golden Lasso cosplay. So she makes all these costumes, and this is her Wonder Woman costume. And Amy has a great interview on the blog that you need to check out. Next up. This came in, and we posted this up at the end during the week. This is a really cool Flora project that uses LEDs, Neopixels, and when you move around, it lights up. So this is kind of like the sparkle skirt.
Yeah, but this is like really hardcore.
Yeah, this is really cool. And so that's a really neat project. And speaking of our 3D printing and wearables, we have a video for the week.
Okay.
Let's watch it.
Bundle up this winter by replacing your coat's buttons with 3D printed Neopixel buttons, powered by Gemma, Adafruit's tiny wearable electronics platform. Grab the parts and download the 3D file. You can find everything you need at the link in the description below. Print the buttons using PLA filament for great light diffusion, and stitch the base pieces to your coat using regular thread. Then, starting from the pocket, stitch power, signal, and ground connections between Gemma and the chainable RGB Neopixels using conductive thread. Don't sew them so tightly that you can't fasten the button, but don't make them too loose or the button could twist and short some connections. To power the circuit, stitch a Li-Poly or alkaline battery pack into the coat's pocket. Code up your own unique color patterns and share your project with us on our weekly show and tell on Google+. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe for more 3D printed wearables from Adafruit.
Okay. And there we are.
Fancy.
Yeah, I really.
Coats are good because they're nice and stiff.
Yeah, I really like that project a lot because it shows that you did something with electronics. And you also 3D printed.
Yeah, the button covers are ingenious. So the Neopixel snaps in, so you can sew it into place, but then use conductive thread over that to add the connectivity.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite a cool project, and it's showy without being like a little bit too like Burning Man. It's just like you could actually have it do like kind of basic colors, and like some people probably won't even notice. You could have it be so subtle they probably won't even notice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Next up. Oops, I'm skipping the Pi Day. Because I already did all my 3D
That was
printed
3D.
stuff.
That was 3D printed.
Yeah,
too.
I already did my 3D print, my 3D Thursday
We just did
stuff.
it.
So Pi Day, quick. I have a Lady Ada quiz. Lady Ada, what do you think this is? What could this be?
I don't know what that is.
It's a Raspberry Pi powered T-shirt launcher.
Oh, okay.
We just posted this up on Pi Day, and it's super cool. So do check it out. It's one of the what people are starting to do with Pis is crazy. So, next up. On the Adafruit Learning System, and it's all part of Pi Day, we have, perhaps, one of the most fun projects that you could possibly do with a Raspberry Pi. It is a touchscreen, Dropboxing, Wi-Fi connected camera.
Bye, Cam.
Point and shoot camera.
This is fun. So when we got the Pi TFT done, I sent one to Paint Your Dragon, who you can see here as a dragon, and I said, hey, just do like some sort of like basic like camera thing, I don't know. And he went crazy. He went dragon. And first off, it's actually, what's interesting is that it's actually quite difficult to have the live preview on the frame buffer. We had to do like a lot of hardcore Python and C work. So there's a lot of work that he put into it that you don't even notice because it's like so elegant. And then he did this lovely UI. And do you want to show the video showing us the UI?
Yeah, I wanted to show a couple of things. First up, here is some. These are actual shots
from
the camera.
You can use Dropbox, or you can save it to your like Pi home folder, or you can save it to the boot folder, which doesn't have a lot of space, but it lets you just pop into a Windows or Mac computer and it shows up. The camera. One of the things that I thought would be neat to do is the camera itself. The camera module has built-in effects. This is not software. It's actually done in hardware. It's done on the camera. You can set up like sketch and pastel and like toy and like black and white and whatever, all these weird things to have cool effects. And then, you can set the ISO and the size and stuff. So he actually made a full GUI, which is really cool. And he also did a lovely little video.
Yeah, got a video.
Okay.
Check this out, guys. It's an internet-connected camera with a touchscreen built around the Raspberry Pi.
Look, no wiring. There's a Raspberry Pi, a camera board, Adafruit Pi TFT, a USB Wi-Fi adapter, a USB battery pack, and I don't have a case yet, so I just cobbled something with Lego and rubber bands for now. Touchscreen, pretty slick, and your photos can have all these visual effects. It can tie into Dropbox. Take a picture, and a few seconds later, the file syncs up with your computer or other devices. Instructions for this project are online, along with hundreds of others at learn.adafruit.com.
So that's the project.
Yeah, can we go to the overhead and we'll show off just a
Yeah,
little bit of live.
Yeah, I want to go to the
live.
overhead, and then I also want to show you a picture that.
Okay, why don't
that
you show the
took.
picture? Why don't you show the picture
Oh,
first?
well, here's a picture using because you have all these filters. So here's me holding MOSFET. And what's funny with this picture is because it's a sketch, you can. I held him up, and he looks like kind of a demon cat. So he's like.
He is kind of a demon cat.
He's like.
Yeah, just because the reflection from his eyes it became these red spots.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the overhead.
Yeah, I just thought it would be cool to show live. So this is the camera, and I'm going to change the. So this is the sketch effect, and then let me have it point at me.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So you're actually doing live.
Yeah.
Do 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 do
What?
do 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 do. It's that music video where it's all sketchy.
Oh.
Take me on.
Oh
Take
yeah.
on me.
Okay. Take me on. I'll take you on. This is the pastel effect. I just thought these were kind of neat because it was built in. You could do it in in hardware.
Oh, look at you. You're painting.
So yeah, and the really neat thing is this live preview. So you can, it's like doing this crazy background processing to do a live preview, and then you just press the button and it takes a
I like
photo.
that Phil does all these nice touches. Dragon does
Like
these
this
great.
is- yeah, look at that.
And it loads in doing the little Adafruit. Look at that.
And then it
cool.
shows you what the photo you took. So I'll take a nicer photo.
Yeah. And that automatically goes to Dropbox. So cool.
Yeah, so we'll upload these photos later, but that's just showing you this really cool project, and I think it's a great use of the Pi TFT. And as a sneak preview, this is also the super long cable that we'll be showing off later.
Yeah, we're gonna get into new products soon.
We should.
Okay, so speaking of, before we get into that, WedFeb. 10% off. Everything native for Store except for EagleCAD because that's software, we can't do that. Or gift certificates, can't do that either. But everything else, in fact, everything you're about to see, I think
all physical goods.
Most of this stuff is in stock. So, Lady 80, are you ready for this? This is the most new products we've ever done in one show.
I know. Let me have a drink.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, do this thing.
Okay. Here it is. It's new product, folks. 2 weeks worth of new products. Okay.
You're gonna hand me the new products, right?
Yeah, you're gonna tell me. Well, I'm gonna.
How about I'll click through? You just grab them for me.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna start it.
Okay.
So these are these.
We have more headers. You love headers. We has headers.
Yeah.
These are mail headers of various sorts. They come in packs of 5 or 10. We already had the kind of straight style header, but now we have right angle header, dual header, and dual right angle header. And then next week we'll have a socket header too. But we wanted to start off with these.
Header gumbo, header souffle.
Yeah, headers.
Header soup.
Yeah, and so you get them in packs of 10, except for the dual right angle, which I think was kind of pricey, so that we put in a pack of 5.
I'm gonna go to the overhead.
And these
Show these things off.
These are also breakaway header. So, whoa, that's a little bright. They're also breakaway header, so you can snap them into kind of any length you want. But yeah, they're pretty much just standard header. So, all good. I don't know what to say. It's just header. Yeah. But if you need header of any kind, we has it.
Okay. Alrighty.
Okay, next up.
Next up, we've got a little CapTouch board. What is this thing?
Oh yeah, I gotta get the CapTouch demo.
Yeah, so this is a little CapTouch. This is a couple photos. Here's.
Yeah, this is a capacitive touch controller chip, the Cap 1188 from SMSC, I think. And I really like this capacitive touch sensor because it has one really neat thing going on there. You can see in this photo really clearly that there's those 8 LEDs. So there's 8 electrodes, and then for the capacitive sensing, and then you do have to communicate over I2C or SPI. You can use either, but you can set it up so those LEDs are indicating what electrodes are activated. So you can see here, like I touch them and they light up. You don't have to add that capability, but it's really, really easy to do it with I2C or SPI.
I'm going to the overhead.
Okay, well, hold on. Go to the overhead. So it turns out.
You can turn the lights on.
No, actually, this is good because I want the LEDs to be visible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. This is a nice demo.
So when I'm glad you think it's a nice demo. So when I touch these, they go off, and so I think this is a little more useful for when you're doing capacitive touch stuff and you want to know, like, hey, is this working or not? This gives you lit feedback.
Yeah.
There's also these, LED output pins that will also trigger. So yeah.
Oh, this is cool.
So you can have any number. You can have all of them. I don't know if I can do them all at once, but you can have up to 8 per board, and then with I2C you can have up to 5 different addresses. So you can have 40 total electrodes on one I2C bus. If you're an I2C fan, you want to use only 2 wires to get up to 40 contacts. You can do that. You just need to put a resistor in, and in the tutorial we have even documents the whole thing for you. Very easy.
You did a good job with this. Did K-Town work on this with you? Or is this straight up you?
This
right?
was.
Who did this?
This was mostly me.
Yeah.
I was working on this, and he was working on, I think, Bluetooth stuff.
This is nice. This is nice design.
But he helped me do the layout.
Yeah.
I think, but then I changed it. Anyways,
I like the LED feedback. That's super useful.
I think it's handy.
Yeah.
I think it's useful because with capacitive touch, your electrode size, and also you don't have to touch it. I'm not touching it because I set it for high sensitivity.
Oh, so as you get closer.
So as you get closer, and so this is handy. I mean, you still have to configure it over I2C. It doesn't run standalone. We do have standalone capacitive touch sensors. This one is not standalone. But once you send it like 4 commands over I2C, and then it basically runs on its own. It's quite easy. And we have example code in the library as well.
Alrighty.
Okay, so that was last week's new product.
Okay.
Put this away.
Want to keep moving?
Yeah, we have to keep moving.
All
Why
right.
are you dawdling?
I'm not dawdling.
Don't dawdle.
All right.
Okay, we have Perma-Protos in singles. We started with 3 packs, and then a couple months ago we
Not
ordered
2-pack, 3-pack.
3-pack, and then actually sorry, a couple weeks ago we ordered them in singles, and we have them in singles now. These are the best possible way to prototype your project. They are basically just like a breadboard, but permanent. Those Perma-Proto. So you basically design your project on a solderless breadboard, and you can copy your project over. We made it the same size as a breadboard, so that's kind of nice. There's mounting holes in the center, so you can keep it steady. The top has this really nice white solder mask, which I can show on the overhead, maybe.
Yeah, let's go to the
I mean,
overhead.
we shot it in the photos, but I'll show the
Yeah,
overhead
let's go to
too.
the overhead. We have this overhead.
There's this nice white solder mask and markings for red and blue, so you can easily tell which is positive and negative.
Yeah.
And then on the back, I didn't put any solder mask, so that it's easy to cut or bridge all these connections. And the pads are all gold plated, but there's little wires in between them, and you can cut them if you want. Because I like if you do breadboarding on a solderless, perf board, I like to be able to cut the traces if necessary. So we have this in full size, which is basically like a full size breadboard, half size, which is like a half size breadboard, and then quarter, which is like a teeny breadboard, but we added on the top and bottom the extra rows of the power rails, which I thought were handy. So you get these in singles for like, I think it's like $3 or $3.5, $4.5, and then like $6 or something
Great
like that.
value, and then also the cool thing about these is we see these in so many projects.
These are great.
Everywhere. People
And we have them in other sizes too, but these are the most popular of the 3. But yeah, I really like these. I use these for my projects all the time. I use them for testers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think they're the best.
There's instructors, professors, teachers that they use these in their classrooms. Once the students finally get their circuit right, they want to save it. And instead of carrying around a breadboard everywhere, they permanently make a circuit.
What's interesting is that this is inspired by the Radio Shack prototyping boards, which I've used for a very long time. And they're also like $3 or $4. The problem with those is there's no solder mask at all, and they're like really crummy quality, and which is good if you want to cut them, because they break very easily. So if you want to like cut them in half, you just like you can cut them with scissors pretty much, because they're just like paper. But they're not double-sided, which I didn't like. And they used copper, so it oxidized very quickly. And this is gold plate, so it doesn't oxidize.
Yeah.
And also, they don't have 2 full rails, and there's like no markings. I think these are like super fancy. Like $1 more than the Radio Shack ones, but worth it.
Get what you pay for.
High value.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, Lady Ada, we got more stuff here.
I have more patience.
Cables.
No.
We got cables. Lots and lots of cables. So we got a 300 millimeter cable, a 200 millimeter cable, a 100 millimeter cable, and a 50 millimeter cable. But everyone's probably saying, what are these cables for?
What are
Phil, just get out of the way and let Lady Ada do her thing.
Shh.
Yeah.
These are replacement cables for Raspberry Pi cameras. So if you want to put your Raspberry Pi in a Pi Cam, either the original Pi Cam or the Pi Noir cam, the no IR cam, and you want to change the cable length, we now have cables in various lengths, as you saw in the Pi camera. Actually, can you go to the front cam?
Yeah.
So I'm
going to go to this front cam.
So for example, for this, I wanted to make this nice and long so I can use the camera, which I have to hold up a second.
Neat.
So I wanted to be able to like...
I still can't get over that you can make your own camera with a Raspberry Pi.
Well, we might do a 3D printed thing too. That will be a little snap and shoot. I think.
I have seen.
The only problem is that there's like this, there's this battery pack. It doesn't have the battery built in yet.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually. But so I wanted to have a really long cable, or maybe you have an enclosure and you want to have a very short cable. So we have them in multiple different lengths, and you can look at the photos to have clear. But it's like 8 inches, 6 inches, 2 inches, 4 inches, and 2 inches. And the original one is 6 inches. So we got two sizes on. Sorry, the original is 3 or 4 inches. I don't know. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me find it. I don't remember how long the original one.
Here's all
But
the
we
ones
got
that
2
we
on either
sell now,
side.
yeah.
Oh, it's 150, which is 6 inches. So we have 4, 2, 8, and then, sorry, man, I can't do math anymore. I'm so tired. What's 300 divided by 25?
Oh man, don't ask me.
12 or something. Long. Sorry, 12.
I got like 5 computers in front of me right now. I do. You should see what's going on here.
12, 8, 4, and 2, and the original one is 6. So there you go. Okay.
What is that type of cable called? Is it called ribbon cable?
These are called FPCs, which is a
FPCs.
flexible printed circuit. So it's a
Fancy.
FPC cable, and it's a special 1 millimeter kind, which has the connectors on the right ends. Watch out. A lot of times you think you found the cable that's really cheap.
ZIF? Is it ZIF?
No, ZIF is the connector.
Okay.
ZIF stands for zero insertion force. That's the connector type. The cables can't be zero insertion force because it doesn't have a connector on it.
Thank you in the chat. Someone says 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches, 12 inches.
Good, you can do math.
Thank you.
That should be the quiz question. No, it's not. It's not the quiz question. But you have to have the connectors, the way they're connected, it's the opposite side. So just watch out if you end up going elsewhere. They tend not to be this type. They tend to be with the connector the other way. And pro tip, if you get one of those, like I did, and you connect it to your camera, you'll pop your camera, you'll blow it up.
Really?
So, yeah, I broke the Pi camera.
You broke a camera?
Either I broke the camera or, yeah, I broke the camera, not the Pi. The Pi survived, but the camera did not.
Man.
So yeah, get our cables.
Okay.
Pro tip.
Careful.
I blow up electronics, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
I didn't think to check the polarity of the connector. So it goes.
All right, next up.
Next up.
Bare conductive.
Bare
Flash
conductive.
and card
We
set.
have a flash and card set. I don't have one of the flash and cards. I think we didn't have time to build one this week.
Yeah.
We had Z conductive stuff instead. But this is cool. This is little. This is a 3-pack of cards, and you get a bare conductive pen, which is now called electric paint. I'm going to call it bare conductive. I have to remember not to. An electric paint pen from bare conductive, and some batteries and LEDs, and you can make these little flashing cards. They're super cute. And they replaced the previous version. This one is a little better packaged, and I think you get some extra stuff. I think you get more LEDs or something. You get a larger variety of LEDs, and you get the nicer new pens, which I think dispense the electric paint better as well. So check those out if you want to give an electronic gift, especially for Valentine's Day. Really
Okay.
nice little Valentine's Day gift.
All right. Next up, we've got this cool thing.
GameDuo
GameDuo.
2.
Yeah.
This was a successful Kickstarter, and like most Kickstarters that contact us, we say, contact us after you've shipped all of your rewards, and once all those people are so happy, come back and we will carry your stuff. And he did, and we did. So here is the GameDuo, and I'll just show you because it's kind of a cool thing. And it uses... It's got a 4.3-inch TFT, which we actually have TFTs like this in the shop, and we use them with other chipsets. And this one is a shield. It's got a socket for a, I'll let you turn the light on so you can see, and I'll turn the light off. It's got a micro SD socket and an audio output. It has audio control as well. And then underneath here, here's a little boost converter for the backlight. The backlight is a boost converter. And there's also underneath here an FT800 from FTDI chip, makers of the fine FT232RL, which I'm sure you're aware of because it's in like everything. It's a USB to serial converter, very good quality one. And let me plug this in while I'm talking. Yeah. So this shield plugs on top of any Arduino. Turn this light on. And you can load programs into it, and the FT800 is a graphics coprocessor, and it's actually a really nice one. It can control up to a 4.3-inch screen. It can do multiple layers. It can control the touch screen as well. It also does audio, although we don't have headphones plugged in, so you'll just have to imagine me going beep, 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 bleep, 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 or something. And this is a little 3D demo. You can tell he's really into graphics because he's got this little 3D shader demo, and you can see that the graphics controller can handle 2 planes because the background plane is handled separately than the front plane. The background plane is like a pan sort of thing going on there, like a big graphics is being panned.
That looks cool.
And then
It's the Last Starfighter.
yeah, it's like this little I mean, this is a demo, not a game. There are games, but this is the only one that we could find in 5 minutes that responded to the touchscreen, which I wanted to show off. And it's got this resistive touchscreen as well. So,
and it's sitting on top of Arduino.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing. The FT800, it's a little power hungry. It needs a lot of current, but other than that, it's a really powerful chip. We also have the RA8875. It was funny, he emailed us, he's like, I did this thing with the FT800. I'm like, I looked at that, but then I went with the RA8875 coprocessor. So both are very powerful chips. He gets super kudos for figuring out FTDI's FT800 source example code, which I looked at and then like cried, and then looked at again and then cried, and then like 3 days later I was like, no, screw this, I'm going to go do the RA8875.
Here's a question that comes up a lot. Is it resistive or capacitive?
This is a resistive touchscreen.
And
you can tell because there's this connector down here.
And what's the difference between resistive and capacitive LED data?
Resistive touch, you have to press with your fingernail a little bit. It doesn't work with your. I mean, you can if you press hard enough. You have to actually press down, and it can only do single touch. Capacitive is a glass cover. It doesn't need to be calibrated ever. Resistive touch sometimes needs to be calibrated, but usually I think this is pre-calibrated when it gets shipped to you. And capacitive touch can do multi-touch. The problem is right now capacitive touch is really expensive. It would add like $20 or $30 to the cost of this item. I have some samples of capacitive touch screens for 4.3 inch screens like this, but
why are they expensive?
Resistive touch is really cheap to make because it's just 2 sheets of plastic, and it's just there's no logic. Capacitive touch, there's like glass and it's patterned, and there's a controller chip. Okay. Yeah, there's a controller for you have to have a controller. You can't drive it directly, so it gets a little bit more expensive. So a resistive touch screen of this size is usually like $5 maybe. Yeah. Right, it's very inexpensive. To get a capacitive touch screen of the same size in like the retail market is like $25. Wow. It's 5 times more expensive. So they add a lot of cost. I mean, they're beautiful and they're lovely, but it's just they're expensive. I mean, also they're you pretty much have to get them custom made, and the cost of getting them made is much higher, as I know because I'm currently doing that, and it's like $5,000 to get them custom patterned because of all this glass that's involved. Whereas resistive touch, every single size is available on the market, and they're like super, super cheap because they've been used in everything. So when you go to the store and you have to like sign your name on those little pads, that's resistive touch. Yeah. Capacitive touch is what's in tablets and phones now. Yeah. If you have a Newton, that was resistive touch.
That was an excellent answer, Lady Anna.
Okay, we have to keep moving.
LEDs.
Anyways, check out the GameDuo 2. It's cool. This is Neopixel. These are the B type. This is the 4-pin version of the WS2812 LEDs, which we call Neopixels because that's what our library is called. These have 4 pins. They're the new version. We will be moving all of our designs to this. Of course, these came out right after we finished all of our PCBs, and we're like, but you know, that's how it goes. We'll be moving over to this. The LEDs, this LED is pretty much the same as the original, except it's 4 pins. It's not pin compatible. You must use a new design. It will not. You can't switch them in place. It's not drop-in replaceable. Although we have an object in our Eagle library, so if you want to design it. The 6-pin one might be eventually discontinued. One nice thing about the 4-pin version is it has reverse polarity protection built in, so you are less likely to blow it up. Anyways, we have them. Check it out. Close up.
Okay. Moving right along.
That's a scarred Washington. I like scars.
Yeah.
He's a tough man.
We're selling sandpaper. No, just kidding.
Z-tape.
Yeah.
We have Z-tape finally. It only took me 3 months to get these cut exactly the way I wanted to. But now we have it. Bunny showed up a couple months ago when he was showing off his original prototype for the Novena laptop, and he said, hey, I'm doing those circuit stickers. And we're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you know what I'm talking about, those electronic stickers with Z-tape on the back that you can stick onto paper and make electronic circuits. They're called Chibitronic circuit stickers, so check those out. I have a link on that product page, because he's like, you know, because I was like, how did you do this thing where you stick it on and it conducts down through the, like, it's weird, this is weird, I don't understand this stuff. And he said, oh, it's called Z-tape. And this Z-axis tape is really interesting. It is a clear, sticky, double-sided sticky tape from 3M, and embedded inside of it is these little mini. Do we have the photo of the mini particles?
I do.
Okay, check out these
I
particles.
actually got a chance to use my microscope adapter for my.
Yeah, we got that macro.
For my
It's
high-end camera.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
that photo. So you can see those little golden dots are a conductive material. I don't know what conductive material they are, but they're conductive, and they're quite conductive actually. Maybe they're little chunks of gold or little chunks of not gold, but like copper or gold-plated copper or something, or tin. I don't know.
Unicorn dandruff is what I've heard. Unicorn dandruff.
But what's different than so we've had ITO, which is a thin plastic or glass, which has this, indium tin oxide coated on it, and that's fully conductive in every direction, right? It's like a sheet of conductive material like copper. This is a sticky tape with little miniature pieces. Like this is really small, little teeny pieces of copper embedded in it. And so what this means is that if you stick this on the back of something that has multiple contacts, when you attach something else to it, it will only conduct through the bottom of the tape, not across the tape or around the tape. So copper tape, for example, which I'll show in a second, is conductive all the way through because it's like a solid sheet of copper. So what we do with this, for example, is I'll show you how we used it on the overhead.
I'm gonna go to the
because this is weird. I have to demo this because it's just so bizarre.
This is like magic.
Okay, so the tape comes like this, and it's like got this brown paper backing, and then it's got this white backing as well. And you peel off, and it looks like there's nothing there because it looks like there's nothing there. Oh, can you turn the brightness down a little bit?
What?
Can you turn the brightness?
Oh yeah,
'Cause
sure.
It's white, so I want to. Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but connected to the brown paper is the Z tape. So, like, let's say you took the white paper off. Maybe I'll turn the back light off.
Yeah.
Oh man, now everything's screwed up. Hold on. This thing is iffy. No, it's all washed out.
A little washed out tonight.
Can you squish it?
Yeah, I'm gonna
No?
try to.
Advanced?
Well,
Not so much?
I will try to.
So res.
Yeah, it's getting really washed out tonight. I'll try to change that.
Maybe exposure for gain? I'm having a look.
That's all.
No. Wow, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's getting brighter and brighter. I think maybe you want to turn off the lights
Okay.
a little bit.
All right.
There you go.
Okay.
a
Well,
little
it's
bit
just
better.
gonna be dark.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can kind of see a little bit, hopefully. Oh,
There you go.
thanks. That's a lot better. You can see the tape, which is kind of like coming off a little bit. There's like these little ridges. That's because I peeled the tape off and back on. So what I did here is I stuck this Gemma microcontroller board onto the tape, and then I cut it out so you can see, like, ooh, it's exactly the same cutout. And then once you do that and you give it a good rubbing to get the tape like super solid, then you can peel it off, leaving the Z tape on there. And so now if I stick this onto anything, it will conduct, but only on these pads. It won't conduct across or diagonally. It'll only conduct down. And so what we did to demo this is we made a little Gemma with Neopixel project. So let's see if I can.
Yeah, I think since
not
we've
gonna
moved that other light over there, it's so bright now that you
Yeah.
don't need the overhead anymore.
I don't need, maybe I don't. Okay. No, everything's great now.
Yeah.
I don't know. We had a little party. Like
Party time.
exposure party. So each one of these items, I did the same thing to, I took the Z conductive tape and I put it on the back. And then I made traces on the piece of paper with copper. Let's move this down. And so we have a trace that runs all the way down here, or a trace that runs all the way down here. And then this is actually 3 pieces of copper, 1 piece here, and then 1 piece here, 1 piece there. I don't know if I can peel. Maybe I'll turn it on, and then
Yeah.
once I have it running and I know it's running, then I'll take it apart. So yeah, so you can see it's like doing little Neopixel things. So this is a piece of paper that we have. I can show this little piece of paper. It's flexible.
This is cool.
Yes, it's Papertronic. I'll hold it up. I'll hold it up
It's
also.
Papertronics.
Papertronic. So yeah,
Okay.
it's like a large piece of paper.
Let me get back to the
Mailer piece of paper. So yes, this is just a piece of paper, and I had Becky make this project. So you can make flexible papertronics by doing this. This is actually really similar to the Chibitronics. So yeah, can you go to the overhead again? So this demo is complicated because it's like there's transparent stuff going on. All right, so then I'm going to like totally just tear this off.
Okay, now you're going to tear it off.
Okay. So yeah, you can see how I made a break here, and then this has that Z conductive tape on it. So I can turn it back on. And it only has one, and then if I stick this on here.
Can you cut this stuff with like a vinyl cutter or something?
Wait, hold on.
So you're going to press that down and then...
There you go. Yeah, you have to give it a good pressing. Because you want to have the glue stick. I don't know how she did this. I think she... Oh, man.
It's like a button now.
Don't undo it, because then I kind of pulled the tape
the glue,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, I pulled the glue off. I don't even know if it's still glued.
Okay.
So, sorry, what were you asking?
Oh, can you cut that stuff with like a vinyl cutter or a laser cutter?
Yeah, I think you can cut it with a vinyl cutter or a laser cutter. We just cut it with scissors, which works pretty well.
Okay.
But vinyl cutter should work as long as you can put the double. You would put the double-sided papered part through, and then it would like cut it out.
Would this work with an SMD board with no soldering?
It's not really meant for that because you need to have a lot of like surface area, and another problem is when you have a surface mount board. I mean, okay, it will work in certain situations. So if you have a standard board which has solder mask on it, which most do, like you have a red or green or blue or purple solder mask, that mask is a little bit taller than the solder because it goes after the copper. So you have copper, and then they put the mask over that. And so even though it's only a teeny bit taller, it makes it really hard for the tape to work because there's this, it has to go down, and the tape doesn't want to go down so much. So what it probably would work fairly well with is a non-masked PCB. So if you have a PCB that you hand etched, or you just said like don't put mask on it, which most places won't do. Most places won't put mask on it. Then when you put the Z tape on the component and you press it on, there won't be anything in the way of the tape, because as you saw, like if you have anything in the way of the tape, you have to get it like smooth, and then you press it down, and once you peel it up, it kind of bends a little bit and doesn't make as good contact, which is why it was like that LED was being a little finicky, because you have to have like really nice flat contacts for the tape to work, because it has to adhere the two things together and have those little particles conduct through.
Okay, it is time to continue moving forward.
I have to move forward. Yeah, that was our long demo.
Okay, whew. So we're gonna probably go over about 5 minutes. That's okay.
Fine. I'm trying to fix this thing.
Gemma now has a starter pack.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show this. I mean, it's a pack.
It's a Gemma pack.
It's a Gemma. You get a Gemma seen up top. You get 4 Neopixel, Sobel Neopixels, conductive thread, needles, 2 batteries, and a little coin battery pack, which is what I was using to demo to show off this demo, and alligator clips.
Yeah, here's the deal. It's cheaper if you get these packs. If you're going to do a Gemma workshop, do it this way. We made the price lower when you buy all this stuff together, and it's kind of the perfect like workshop pack. So
okay. I'm going to clean off this Neopixel and rebuild this project.
Okay, you're going to.
I think here's the thing about the Z tape. Once you use it, if you peel the thing off, you have to start with new, because it's like it's very. You'll see it ripples very easily.
Okay. All right.
Super skinny stuff.
We got headers.
Oh, these are Raspberry Pi headers. So these are used on our kits and Pi plates. We have the super long stacky ones, but then I was like, oh yeah, people probably want the ones that are not stacky. So they're like female headers, but they're like they have those extra 2 little nubs. They lift it up, and when you do that, it clears the. This is an A, which it works fine with, but on a B, it'll clear the Ethernet jack and the composite jack and the USB jacks.
Some guy bought like 700 today or something. He emailed with us.
Well, he needs a lot.
He wanted 700 of me. Like, I really need these. I'm like, okay. Next up, Little Bits base kit.
Oh yeah, this is the new version of the Little Bits, which we're not going to demo because we don't have time. But we've had the Little Bit starter kit. The Little Bit starter kit was discontinued and replaced with this base kit. The base kit is pretty much the same parts. Nicer little box. It's all good. It has 10 bits. It's like $100. It's a good deal. Build some stuff. Little bits.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, moving along. We got a little micro SD card.
Micro SD sockets. We use these in our assembled goods, like not the data logger shield, but like I'm trying to think of what we use them in. We use them in like our TFT shield. We use them in our CC3000 shield. We use them in a lot of like any TFTs that have a micro SD. Anything that has a micro SD socket in our stuff, we use this particular part. It's nice. They're a little tough to hand solder if you're not good at surface mount, but if you are, they're lovely. Pick them up. We have a part for Eagle CAD in our Eagle library, so if you want to use them, it's very easy.
Okay. Next up, what is this thing, Lady Ada? What is this?
This is a UFL connector. Likewise, it's a little part that we use in all of our circuit boards, especially ones like the GPS shield and the Wi-Fi shield, where we have an external antenna. Usually we have an onboard antenna, but then an optional external antenna. This part's really, really small, but it's very easy to surface mount solder. It doesn't take a lot of space, and then you would use a UFL to SMA adapter, such as one of the ones we have in the store, to use an external antenna.
Okay. Next up, we're still here.
Almost done. This is the Resistive Touch extension cable. I actually have to show this one because this one's a little weird.
Okay. I have a photo too.
Yeah, but I want to show that it's for a certain type of resistive panel, which we will eventually have in the shop, but we haven't received them yet. But we got all the accessories for them. So I thought we'd put them in. This is a little extension cord.
Yeah.
And this has a connector on it, so it's a ZIF connector. And it just extends the cable. So I'll show this on the overhead. So if you have one of these resistive touchscreens, which you can tell because it has this 4-pin cable coming out of it, and it's it's 1 millimeter pitch. You can use this extension cable, like you saw, and you plug in one end here, like so, and it's a press fit, and then that's the other end, so it's a longer. I don't know. It's very straightforward, but if you have one of these resistive
good stuff.
Touch screens, you'll notice that sometimes the cable, it's not that long. You want to give it a little bit more length, and there's no reason not to because it's resistive, so you can extend almost as much as you want.
Okay. Now we have 2 screens. We're in the screen. Oh,
great.
Mode.
We're almost done.
We're getting close to the end. Yeah, this is good. Here it is.
Okay, this is the 5.6-inch one. Okay, great. Let me set up that one.
Yeah, I'm going to show the photos of the controller, the board.
Okay, yeah, this is a TFT kit. It comes with a driver, and this is a 5.6-inch screen. We wanted to find the smallest 720p display, and this is a 5.6-inch display. What's funny is as we were researching this display, I think I can't quite prove it because I haven't like looked at teardowns and stuff, but I believe that this is used. Sorry.
I'm going to go to the overhead now.
Yeah, sorry. I have it running on a Raspberry Pi thing, but then I have to like figure out how to quit this. Uh-oh. I don't have a quitting button. Okay, well, you're gonna have to see a little Midori window. This is used in the original Oculus Rift dev board. This is really, really small 1280 by 800 pixel display. It's fairly bright. It's not an IPS display. So be aware of that. Some people really like to have IPS displays. This is not. So if you look at it from an angle, it's not like, super angle. I mean, you can see it from an angle, but it's not as visible from an angle as our IPS displays, which are like a tablet and looks like super awesome from like any angle possible. But yeah, so I just plug into a Raspberry Pi, but I also, you can plug into like anything. I use it on Xbox, use it on Windows, use it on a Mac. Worked on all of them, you just plug and play, super easy. The driver can take HDMI, VGA, or composite. There's a little menu thing, and you can switch which input you want to use, like VGA, which is nothing is connected to. Let's see if it can sync. Hello. There's also like a menu. You can like set the color and the contrast and all that good stuff. So it's a good screen. It's very small. It has these nice little mounting holes as well. You can see a little, hello, mounting holes. Hello, hello. So I don't know, make your own Oculus Rift or something.
Okay.
Super small.
We're going to keep going. All right, we got another screen.
Okay.
Look at this screen.
That's what it looks like before I launch Midori.
Yeah.
This is a 7-inch IPS screen with speakers. We already had one that didn't have speakers, and people were like, hey, you should have one with speakers. And I'm like, oh yeah, we should. And then I got one with speakers. So this is a lovely screen. And I'm not going to demo the speakers because I don't have any music playing, and also don't have time to start up like an MP3 player. But it is a really, really nice screen.
I'll go to the overhead again.
Yeah, I'll go to the overhead.
Spent lots of time with the overhead tonight.
Hold on. It's too bright a little bit. Man, it's too bright today. So this is actually, you know what? Maybe I'll hold it up because it's fairly large.
Okay.
Give me a second.
I'm going to get us out of this crazy overhead. We don't need you
Get out
anymore.
of the overhead. Yeah, we're done with the overhead. Hold on.
Okay.
I have to just get these cables, which are kind of tangled.
You want me to hold these? I don't hold this one.
I just don't know why that's stuck on something.
Teamwork.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, this is a much better way to do it. Okay, so this is a bam. Okay, so this is a 7-inch screen, and on the side here is the connectors. It's got power, HDMI, VGA, composite, and then it has a USB port and this audio input. The audio input is if you're using VGA and you want to pipe audio into the speakers. The speakers are 3 watts. They're pretty loud, so yeah, if you want to use it, it'll play audio out. If I started like an audio thing on the Pi, it would just play music automatically through the HDMI connection. Does the video and audio through HDMI only? And then apparently, if you plug in a USB key with like videos or images on it, it'll play them. There's a menu option that you can play content off USB key, but I didn't do that. It's you can have a standalone little video player or something. I don't know. Hopefully
I remember when we were getting sample watches with OLEDs, and it could play videos. It's just you have to put an SD card in. They always have these weird menu options. It's read an ebook.
Yeah, I mean,
this is an ebook reader
there's
too.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that. I think sometimes Taiwanese chip makers they go.
It does everything.
It does everything.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a really nice upgrade. If you like the 7-inch screen that we have, it's IPS. So bright that it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
Screen. They're totally beautiful displays. And this one has audio. The other one doesn't.
Okay, Lady Ada. That was new products. You did it. Congratulations.
Yay.
Nicely done. Okay, so after new products, we always talk about the code. It's WEDFEB.
There's too much stuff here.
10% off pretty much all the stuff you saw, if it's in stock. And it expires in about 57 minutes, so get on it.
Okay.
Don't forget, folks, we do take Bitcoin. We have our free offers going on. You can combine these things. You can do a discount and get a free offer and do all that stuff. So $99, you get a free PCB ruler. $200, you get UPS ground.
I fixed this demo.
Oh, you got the demo? Okay, fine.
Yeah, you have to put in I just put in a new strip of the Z tape. But so it's this Papertronics.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Good work.
You want me to remove this maybe? I could.
What? Oh, because it's a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's a piece of paper.
So weird. So weird.
So I don't know, maybe we'll do a little project where you make a card or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually, you can bend it quite a bit before it starts getting really annoyed.
That's neat. Okay.
Papertronics.
Okay. There you go. Okay. I'm going to do one top secret. It's not out yet.
Okay.
Because everybody's been awesome tonight.
I'll take a photo of you with my little Pi cam.
Okay. Well, so it's not out yet. Don't ask. Here is the first test print of our Pi TFT Raspberry Pi case. Look at this. It has all the goodness of the Raspberry Pi and the Pi TFT.
You just love that toy filter.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I just put this together today, and I'm like, it's kind of working, great. So we're gonna have to do a couple more revisions, but maybe we'll eventually get this injection molded, or maybe we'll just put it up on Thingiverse. People print it out, and we'll have a lovely little Pi case.
Okay. Oh, someone asked a really good question. Can I combine the WEDFEB code with the code from Mo's Resistance? No, because it's only one code at a time.
There's only one code.
Yeah.
Our cart only supports one code at a time.
So Mo's Resistance is our game, and it's 99 cents in the App Store. And we also have a code, so you get 99 cents off your order. So it's basically free.
But if you get something that's more than $10, you should probably use today's code.
You should use the 10% off code.
10% off code will do more.
Okay. We're gonna do questions next week. We're gonna do the giveaway now.
Okay.
Trivia question time. Lady Ada, what are the rules?
Rules are if you've won a fabulous prize, you can't win another fabulous prize.
Yeah.
What is today's prize?
Well, there's a few things we can give away.
Well, I didn't really think ahead.
Yeah. What I wanted to do is give
one of each of the
Perma-Protos.
Okay.
Which is a fantastic thing to get.
That's good because it's right in front of me, and I
Yeah.
can.
That's what I thought we could do.
Okay.
So, all right. Here we go. Did you do the rules? You can't.
I said you can't win if you've already won, and this is a prize. And whoever types in the correct
shorter version of the rules.
Whoever types in the correct answer to the chat before we fall asleep.
Yeah, what I do
wins
is what I
prize.
do is I watch the YouTube comments and I watch the chat now because they're almost synced up.
They're almost synced.
Yeah, it's hard though, but
you stream's a little bit faster.
Yeah, I try.
Look, there's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah, so here's the question. What is the first date in February that we're going to be doing Ask an Engineer and Show and Tell?
Date.
What is the date? What's the first date?
Full date.
Yeah. Let's see who gets it first.
Gregorian or Julian calendar?
Well, I don't know. We'll see what people come up with. It's the first date in February. So I'm watching the YouTube comment. Oh! Soledado Dragos, congratulations, you got it. It is 2/5. That is February 5th. Way to go.
You will be there and you will have Perma-Protos.
Yeah. Email support@adafruit.com and you get these Perma-Protos. Thank you so much. Okay, next week we have a guest. It's going to be the folks from Other Fab, and we're going to have plenty of time for questions. And we'll
be CNCing.
Yeah, we probably won't
have
a
ton of CNCing.
Probably won't have a ton of new products.
We don't have a lot of new products, but we'll have live CNCing.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And I'm going to get my Other Fab.
Yeah, we're backers.
And if not, we'll just hit them over the head and take the demo machine.
We'll put them in a big fab and we'll put little cuts on them until they give us our device.
Give me my device.
Okay. All right. So just a reminder, WEDFEB is the code, 10% off everything in stock. It's going to expire in about 53 minutes.
Yeah, 53 minutes to buy something 10% off.
All
you know,
right.
one of these screens for 10% off is a good deal. You get it's like $16 off.
Thank you, all of the folks from the show and tell. Great projects. Thank you, all the folks that are helping out from the Adafruit team. Thank you, everybody out there who watches every single week, and thank you for watching us for the last 4 years. We're going to continue doing this. We're changing the date.
Just to Wednesday.
Just to Wednesday.
On the 5th.
We want to have more people who it works with their schedule, and you know what? We're probably going to add other dates down the road too. Don't forget, once again, code WebFab. And here's a picture of MOSFET. Technically, I already did a photo of MOSFET before. Devil cat.
Devil cat.
Yeah. And we'll see everybody next week. Thank you so much. Here is your moment of Zener.